This is no hate to the people I've dated, but I historically don't really date hot guys. Like I date cute guys, but I never date guys where their hotness is their leading quality. You know what I mean? I date smart guys, I date funny guys, I date guys like that. But I've been going on a couple dates with hot guys. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I do not know how to be myself. I'm like I don't even know what I can't. I'm like, this isn't good for me.
The Chad was great.
Queen, seriously? You don't date hot guys, but you were on dates with hot guys and cute guys and all kinds of guys? You know, this gorilla isn't one to profess self-snitching, but that's a lot of bodies you counted off there, sweetheart. And then women wonder why the average guys just don't approach them anymore. It's no secret. They get those butterflies when Chad and Tyrone smash that roast beef up and try to pound her through the mattress. And you know she's a satisfied customer with that smile. Although I must say, threat not. Fast forward this a couple decades, a few dozen cats, and several cases of box wine, and she'll be asking, where are the good men at and why aren't they rescuing me? And all the good men are just going to say, hey, we gone fishing. Before we move on, I want to bring attention to the fact that 79% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
I've realized that this is where you go to meet hot, rich, older guys. I don't have experience with hot, rich, older guys. I am curious, so I'm very observant. I'm open to discovery, you know what I'm saying? And by older, I'm not saying like old. I'm just saying, everyone's always saying happy hour. Everyone's always saying hotel bars. At the end of the day, like, am I going to go to a hotel bar? Probably not. Everyone's always saying golf courses. Am I going to go to a golf course? Like, I joke, but no, haven't been. And what it is lunch. They're not talking about lunch. But how come I was in an area yesterday where a lot of people are working, a lot of finance buildings, and I was taken aback by the lunch scene. It was really giving like attractive 30s, 40s guys at lunch. And this is probably way more accessible in New York, but we live in LA. Like, I don't know the scenes, but now I know. Go to a place where people are working and you hit those lunch places at noon.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Well, talk about being thirsty for a sugar daddy. I mean, it's come down to that women have to have a strategy to go find themselves some. I believe this just gives a little bit more evidence to the fact that men are no longer approaching as they used to, and it does show a little bit of more desperation on a woman's part. Now, I may be completely wrong with what I'm about to say, but I have a theory here. I believe that this is an example of a chick who got all her walls beat to hell and back by Chad and Tyrone. She's looking in the mirror, she's seeing she's not getting any younger, and she decided, OMG, I need a rich guy to take care of me. I think I can nab one because I still have a little bit of beauty left. Maybe not so much traction. Maybe the tires have lost some tread, maybe more than just some. Anyway, I mean, should we give her credit for being on the hunt? She's like a pesky puma on the prowl for an ATM, and she's ready to pounce. I'm not saying that her plan is a bad plan. It actually may work out. The question is, she'll be able to get a date this way. But that's not the W. The W is, you have to retain him. You got to get that championship wedding ring. And sweetheart, you can come up to any lunch looking like $1,000,000. But if you don't have wife qualities, you're not going to be a wife. Unless you luck out and you get some loaded simp. In that case, all you really need to do is suck them drier than the Mojave Desert. But my question is, are you the only girl in your area that has those suction skills? Because, girlfriend, I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of other girls in that area who are ready to clean out the guy's pipes. Moving on.
You ever sit and think about how fine a man is and it annoys you? Like, it's annoying. Like, you look good. We get it. You know, like, and obviously it's like I'm talking to you now. You made it through the cut. It's kind of hard, but you made it through the cut. I mean, you know, obviously you look good. That's one of the reasons why I'm talking to you, right? I mean, not that there aren't like more important reasons of why I'm talking to you, but like you look good, and that's one of the reasons. But to me, it gets really annoying now because it's like there's only room for one bad in this relationship, and it need to be me. Like, it really needs to give Beauty and the Beast. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're doing too much now. Like, and I follow you on Instagram, so I'm watching your stories, and like, you looking good, and you looking better, and the more I like you, you look even better, and it's pissing me off. You are infiltrating my mind. Now I'm sitting here thinking about how good you look when I need to be thinking about other things. Like, this is annoying me. And it's just like, you always getting your hair cut, you always keeping up. Why don't you wolf it out for a little bit? 3 or 4 weeks. Would it kill you to not look good? Would it kill you? No, because it's like, who are you trying to look good for? You already got me. What are you doing, bro? And don't tell me you look good, you looking good for yourself, because that's corny. That's corny. Like, I just feel it's irritating, it's nauseating. You look good and it's pissing me off. Stop. Oh, that man's so fine though. Like,
No. Honestly, Queen, look in the mirror. If a superfine man is talking to you, he's not the one who made it to the cut. It's definitely you. You made the cut, and you probably had light competition too. No pun intended. Also, there, Queen. This is Beauty and the Beast. I mean, he's just not the Beast. At least one other person. I mean, why are you so upset that the guy is attractive? Well, I think I have a theory on that one, and it's probably because you already realize what I'm about to say. You know he's above your league. You lucked out. You won the lotto. But along with that, we also know that that raises a chance of him having a side piece. Unless, of course, you are the side piece. I don't know the dynamics of your relationship. And we got the message already. Chad/Tyrone lives in your head rent free. And this is the reason why average men just don't bother anymore. They really don't. It's not because they don't think they can't compete. It's just simply put, they look at the prize, which is you, and then they think, oh, why should I compete again? I mean, look at it from this angle, Colleen. If the attractive guy's good looks bother you that much, your average looks probably bother him even more. And trust me, sweetheart, when you have a top-tier guy in the looks department, and you say you already got me, yeah, that's exactly why he's keeping himself looking fly as F, because he's got you. In other words, he could trade up. If you don't want these headaches, why don't you just date a guy who's at your level? But you won't, because somehow you believe that you're going to be able to retain a super good-looking guy that's pounding your taco down. Also, from here on out, this woman is completely ruined in her future dating. Because she's dating a guy who is very attractive, she's going to believe that she is well above guys who are at her level. I mean, sweetheart, just because you're 3 or 4 weight classes above the next guy doesn't mean you're 3 or 4 levels above him. But hey, you enjoy Pookie and Ray Ray for as long as it lasts. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind being their next baby mama. Moving on.
So many of y'all are giving such bad advice. Okay, here's where to actually meet hot quality guys in LA. Let's be for real and realize that we're probably not going to be the love of your life at the club. Maybe, probably not. I need you to stop thinking at level 1, think at level 3, okay? Let's say you want a doctor. Choose a hospital, frequent the cafeteria. They usually have Wi-Fi, you can work there. I didn't tell you that. Or if that's too intense for you, frequent the food spots and coffee shops around the hospital where they can grab and go coffee and food, because they're busy. Let's say you want a man with hobbies so he doesn't bother you all the time. If you want a man who wears Solomon's, Arc'teryx, and Carhartts for legitimate reasons, check out Cebu Sol events. We have fly fishing, climbing, and falconry, which was probably the best day of my life. Or if you want someone good with their hands, go to a ceramic studio. I like clay, it's in Chinatown. If you want a guy with good stamina, check out places with good athletic gathering things. For example, try running club if you like runners, or table tennis, or pickleball courts in LA. I think this is the most underrated if I'm being honest. Go where the hot bitches are. Hopefully they'll be dating a hot guy with hot guy friends or relatives. You're welcome.
What the hell you say?
The thirst is real. I mean, do we need any more evidence that women are always shooting for the top 20, 10, 5, 1% of all men? I mean, she said herself, oh, if you want a doctor, go hang out at a hospital. If you want an athlete, go to a runner's club or anywhere else to find that top tier guy. And then women ask themselves, where are the good men at after they get ran through? It's because the average guys know this. This is nothing new. You ladies have been doing this for a minute now. And as the saying goes, why should they pay top dollar for something that somebody else got for free? Notice that she didn't mention at any point to look for qualities that would make a good husband. She didn't say anything about looking for a guy who will prove that he'll put his family first. Not looking for a guy who could be a good father. And find a man who will be faithful and stick by her. Nope, she's just mentioning places where you're going to find a bunch of other women competing against you because all these thirsty girls want that top Chad, that doctor, that lawyer, the ones who make a bunch of money. And guess what? Men are tired of being looked at as retirement plans. But hey, if you queens keep following this woman's advice, at least you can say that your baby daddy is a doctor. Moving on.
I'm going to tell you exactly why, despite the fact that you might want to be with a rich man, you're actually not cut out for it. I went to lunch the other day with one of my friends who's getting married to a very wealthy guy, and she was talking about how unhappy she is in her relationship. And the primary reason is because this man works all the time, and her love language is quality time. Mind you, sis is sitting there doused in Chanel and Louis Vuitton that he bought for her. And I told her, I was like, if this is the lifestyle that you want, the Chanel, the nice house, the maids, the cars, the luxury items, then somebody has to go work for it. And you got to ask yourself, do I want a man who's sitting next to me, giving me quality time, home by 5 p.m., doesn't travel, just like up my the entire time, or if I want a man who's making money. And if he's making money, he just naturally is not going to have time for you like that. Now, no way am I saying find someone who neglects you, but there's just natural things that come with this lifestyle that I had to learn myself. And I'd be lying to you if I told you it isn't a lonely life.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Whoa. This queen is saying that a top 1% earning high value man is busy all the time making money? No, say it ain't so. For reals? Honestly, I have to ask you ladies out there, how do you think these men make money? Do you actually think that they work a regular 40-hour work week? No! These guys are putting in the work 80, 90, 100 plus hours a week. That's why the top tier men are so picky, because they have earned the right to be picky. And the average guys that work a 40-hour work week, which is completely respectable, and they make a good living that way, you don't want, because you're above that, right, queens? Sadly, many modern-day queens had this attitude. That's why the bulk of average guys have just dropped the deuces and said, peace, they're going to go work on themselves. Now, obviously, the thirsty betas are going to try to hit you up, and they're going to lose against the Chads and Tyrones. But the point is, the guy who was the gold standard back in the 50s and 60s, the hard-working family man, is looked down upon today by these modern queens, as if they were lesser men because they are what their grandfathers were. But you queens go for that top-tier guy. Guess what? You're going to have to share him. That's right. He'll be depositing his sour cream in someone else's taco. Moving on.
Anyone else have a boyfriend that is more conventionally attractive than they are? Well, that's the case for me. Every time I go to the bar, like last weekend, he's like, how many guys hit on you? None, bro. Ever since I went brunette, invisible to the opposites, they don't see me, I don't exist. And we work together, and like every single shift, he gets a number, or girls ask him to go out, whatever. I have gotten one number my whole entire time working there from a 65-year-old man who doesn't even have a car. And this man has the audacity to be like, oh, you're so out of my league. He just has like the world's best smile. So that's honestly what got me. Like, his smile stole me away. But yeah, this man just has on like love goggles stapled to his face.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
Being in a relationship with a Chad isn't all it's cracked up to be, is it, queen? Alright, don't get me wrong. She's a little cutie, but she recognizes that she's dating above her league. My question to this young queen is, does she understand that she more than likely is going to have to share him with other women? I'm sorry, she's cute and young, but eventually, he's going to call up one of those numbers that he keeps getting. If the right girl comes along, I don't mean that all men are unfaithful. I'm just saying if he's genetically gifted with good looks, he may just take advantage of that. Also, when she said that a 65-year-old guy gave her his number. Now, consider this. If you're at a place where older, more successful people hang out at, what are the chances of a cougar on the prowl picks up on her boyfriend and, I don't know, decides to be his sugar mama for a while? I mean, she could just tell him, hey, come over here and smash my roast beef and I'll get you some expensive gifts. Hey, everything's possible. I mean, there are some women out there who will say, you're being greedy by not sharing that D. Or if you want to look at it from a positive lens, maybe he's just doing it for the rent money to take care of you by piping her down. Either way, queens like you just date themselves into a box when you get into a relationship with a guy well above your level. And it really surprises me how many of you queens actually expect these guys to act like an average guy. It's not going to happen, sweetheart. But don't worry, there are plenty of beta simp chumps out there that will scoop up your sloppy seconds and wife you up.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.